ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ವನಕಂ आप सभी को मेरा प्रणाम. A very good morning ladies and gentlemen. Firstly wish you all a happy and prosperous new year 2022. A hearty warm welcome one and all on behalf of Global Trump Foundation and Image Planet to this beautiful virtual event, World Education Conclave 2022 virtual edition with the theme Salvaging Education Through Technology. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome one and all for this beautiful event. I would like to welcome our awardees, guest of honor, speakers, and all the audience. I would like to introduce myself. This is MC Mayuri Shah, your host and host for this wonderful event. So I'm an actor, model, reality star, social activist, and entrepreneur as well. So let me tell you about World Education Conclave. This awards intend to inspire others towards bigger and better achievements. A team of experts includes experts, panel members, jury members, market research specialists, analysts, moderators, consumer research specialists, and business strategists. World Education Conclave 2022 virtual edition celebrates and honors the accomplishments and contribution of educator leaders in worldwide community development. The purpose of WEC 2022 is to empower educationists so they too can reach their goals. It brings together edu leaders from across the globe and recognizes their accomplishments. World Education Conclave 2022 is a flagship initiative of the Global Trump Foundation and Image Planet that envisions to bring together edu leaders from various areas heads constantly driving a singular agenda for scripting economic and social change by connecting the building blocks of economics of India and the globe. So, well, let's give a huge round of applause for everyone and World Education Conclave 2022. Well, let me tell about few things about Global Trump Foundation and Image Planet. Two leading global analytical companies providing ratings research and insight driven market research company having an experience for over a decade in handling research projects of every size and scale making. It's a trivial research for leading companies. We acknowledge the efforts and hard work of individuals and organizations and try to bring them in front of the world by honoring with this prestigious awards. We also provide a platform to all our participants to network their business in path of success. Isn't great or not, ladies and gentlemen? Well, the event would be kick-started by Ganesh Vandana. In the name of God, let's inaugurate the event with all the positive energy.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा.
Wow, this was a really great start, I can tell. Before we start this event, I would like to thank all our sponsors Life Educare, Hello Kids, School Consultant India, Little Fingers, Little Woods, School of India, and Fit Futures. Thank you, sponsors, for all your support. Now, well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to introduce our chief guest. Let us now welcome the man who doesn't need any introduction and known among all of us for his wisdom and his knowledge, our Honorable Chief Guest Dr. Sandeep Marwah. A hearty welcome to you, sir. He is a well-known international media person with 7 world records to his credit. He is the founder of Noida Film City and Marwah Studios and Asian Academy of Film and Television, now one of the 10 best film schools of the world. He is the founder, president of the Asian Academy of Film, Television and Noida Film City and is the chairman of the advisory committee of Miss Earth India. Dr. Sandeep Marwah is associated with large number of television programs, feature films, and training films. He is a producer of largest number of short films in the world. He has trained more than 19,000 media professionals hailing from 145 countries of the world. He is a recipient of large number of national and international awards. He has been heading more than 100 national and international media and social organizations. He has been titled as Global Cultural Minister. He is also the president of International Chambers of Media and Entertainment Industry. He is now the chancellor of AAFT University of Media and Arts and has been appointed as a chief scout for India. Nominated on the board of AICTE, Ministry of Education, Government of India. He has been nominated as National Chairman for Media and Entertainment Committee in Ministry of Consumer Affairs and Public Distribution, Government of India. A hearty and warm welcome to you, sir. How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you very much for inviting me here.
Thank you, sir. I would like you to speak few words, sir. Over to you.
Lovely. Thank you very much. What a pleasure to be here this morning. Good morning to everyone. Thank you very much. Let me take this wonderful opportunity to extend my heartiest thanks to the organizer of this World Education Conclave and to be a part of this beautiful conclave, the summit, and to meet the august audience and friends like you. Well, let me start with two very important lines कि सभी दिशाओं से शुभ सुंदर भाव विचार भरे नित अंतर पुण्य धरा बन जाए स्वर्ग ये मेरे यत्नों से करुणा कर. What I'm trying to tell you here is whether it is north, south, east, or west, whether you're in India or abroad, whether you're on the top of the hill or you're standing at a seashore, whether you are in a lush green garden and looking at some colorful flowers, or maybe looking at the most beautiful woman on earth. The fact is, there are two things which are much more beautiful than what you can see with your naked eyes. And these two things are your thinking and your feelings. And the best part is that both the things are right within you. On this very auspicious day, let's pray. Hey, Lord, give me good thinking, give me good feelings so that I can do good deeds. And through my good karmas, I would love to convert this earth into heaven. This is what I believe, and I'm sure you will also believe in the same. The fact is that the whole education system is based on these two very important principles. One, thinking out of the box, thinking differently, thinking extraordinary, and absolutely creating emotions for people, for nation, and especially develop humanity within the students. Well, uh, this pandemic has taught us many new things, and ample changes been coming now and then, and whole system is gone through a tough time. But I know that this tough time is going to go away very soon, and we all will be in the best of the position to deliver best of the education possible to our students. Well, I'm running a AAFT University, being a chancellor of the university. I have met large number of students, faculty, people associated with education system. And then I have come down to a new definition of education now. Almost 30 years in film business and 28 years in education. I'm sure this new definition is going to help you in many ways. The minute I say education, it starts with E. And remember that now the definition E means that the whole education system has to be entertaining, it has to be exciting, it should be full of energy, and it should be inviting. I mean, if this is the kind of education, trust me, you will be able to hold the students into the classroom. You will be able to invite them back into the classroom next morning. Very important. So try to develop that kind of a zest and enthusiasm into the classroom by the teachers, by the organizers, by the institution owners, and whatnot. When I say D, remember it stands for discipline. D stands for dedication. You don't need to have put a slip on your head to say that I'm a dedicated teacher or a dedicated student. You have to prove it by being punctual, regular, and sincere. If these three qualities you can develop, then that is for sure that you are a dedicated educationist or a dedicated student. And on the other hand, D also stands, I said, for discipline. D stands for determination. The whole education system should bring in a lot of determination within the classroom. Trust me. Then only you will be able to achieve all those goals what you are planning or what you must have designed for your own self. D also stands for development. Every semester should see to it that you have developed. Every week you should see that you have developed. Every class should lead to the development of the child. If you can plan this, then the whole education system is perfect from my point of view. When I say you stands for working under controlled conditions. Very important. I mean, in excess of extraordinary luxuries into the school and classrooms, probably spoiling our students, and their expectations are moving over the board. So it's very important to work under the given conditions, given circumstances. They must learn how to live with the environment, with the circumstances, what is happening. And I'm sure these students will turn out to be a better person and a better human beings time to come. Even United Nations, after so many years, been talking about SDGs, Sustainable Development Goal, and they've been requesting each and every country of the world to cut down on the expenses, cut down on the resources, cut down on the corners, so that we can survive better and in a much comfortable condition. When I say C, my dear friends, C stands for communication. It's the age of eyes, information, communication, and entertainment. And it's very important to speak, to write, to listen, and to read. Very important. The communication has to be perfect. बोली एक अनमोल है जो कोई बोले जान, हिये तराजू तौल के तब मुख बाहर आन, ऐसी बानी बोलिए मन का आपा खोए, औरन को शीतल करे और खुद भी शीतल होए. Very important. I mean, if you know how to speak, you can win the world. And this what we have to inculcate into our system, where students should be in a position to express themselves. Very important. Half the problem are going to solve once students will be able to express themselves. The problem arises because they are not in a position, they don't have words, they don't have expression to speak out their problems. But C also stands for commitment. Very important. The commitment to your own self, commitment to the school and college, commitment to teachers, commitment to the institution, commitment to parents, commitment to family, commitment to friends. That commitment is losing from the community. Remember that. And that trust we have to bring back through only education. And I'm sure it is very, very easy for the teachers, for the institution, if they start putting little efforts, and they will be able to win the heart of the students through their own trust. When I say I stands for information. Sorry, A, education. A stands for ambitious. You have to be ambitious, very ambitious. That I have to win the world. I have to achieve my goals. I have to reach to the heights. I have to be a big man, because there's no tax on ambitions right now. You can dream well. Dreams are not the one which comes when you sleep. Dreams are the one which just don't let you sleep. That kind of a dreams you should see, and develop that kind of ambitions within yourself. And I'm sure when you think big, you rise to a better heights. A also stands for attitude. Higher the ambition, then the softer the attitude. You have to be polite, soft, sober, down to earth, compassionate, supporting. Very important. If you can develop these kind of qualities within students, and I swear I'm telling you, our students, they're going to be the good human beings. And if they're good human beings, nobody can stop them to be a wonderful person. T stands for the transfer of knowledge. Education system, education institutional, they are meant to transfer the knowledge from one head to another head. And if that gray material is not being transferred, then it means the purpose of actually creating an institution fails. So it's very important to see to it that whatever you're teaching is actually been delivered into the classroom properly or not. If you can do that, trust me, the education T part solves automatically. And in today's age, remember that T also stands for techno savvy. Very important. If you're not techno savvy, you will not be able to survive in the next few years. Things are changing very fast. Half of them have changed, and you don't even know what is coming up. So, if you have to develop that aptitude and attitude towards being technical, if you can do that, yes, the game is going to be yours, and you will be much, much bigger and more successful in time to come. Now, I stands for information. Information, very important. There's a bombardment of information right now thanks to internet. And but then you have to be very important information you have to carry, and the irrelevant information you have to delete. And this is the job of the institution, to guide students, teachers, that how they have to actually look into the right uh, and a guided information back into the classroom. O stands for the overall development of the child. Very important. The 360-degree development, what is needed today, not only chalk and talk, because chalk and talk is now, it's over. You have to have workshops, seminars, symposium, interaction programs. You have to have festivals. You have to have visits, foreign faculty, guest faculty, all those kind of things you have to actually involve around the year to make your education system a very vibrant and up to the mark. And last but not the least, N stands for being nationalist. The whole education system must lead a patriotism, a feeling of patriotism into the heart and minds of students. We must churn out patriotic people, nationalist people who are ready to serve the nation, people who are ready to serve the system. That's what is needed. And I think if somebody can plan education system on these bases, with the new definition of education, which I've been repeatedly telling, large number of webinars I've been attending, it's necessary, it's essential. Get into it and win the world, win the heart, win the mind. With all these words, I once again extend my heartiest thanks to all the organizers for giving me this wonderful opportunity to inaugurate such a powerful and such an important World Education Conclave. And before I say goodbye, let me recite two very important lines. कि स्वयं विधाता होवे मानव, अंतर में विश्वास जगाओ, चलो न मिटते पद चिन्हों पर, अपने रास्ते आप बनाओ, अपनी आत्म ज्योति पर निर्भर, अपने सूर्य स्वयं बन जाओ. With all these words, I wish you all the best. And I also extend my heartiest congratulations to all the awardees who are getting awards today, people from the education industry. I'm sure you must have done well. You must have spent large number of hours, days, and months and years into education to win this award. And I hope that this award will give you much more motivation and encouragement and enthusiasm to work hard for this industry. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
And giving us so much of information. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Education is our passport to future. Education is our passport to future, for tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare it for today. Well, now it's time to welcome our keynote speaker, Mr. Sudha Rao, Branding Director, ICFAI Group. Studied mechanical engineering at graduate level and went to IIM Bangalore for postgraduate program in management. Sudha Rao has recently completed a specialized program on design thinking from MIT Sloan School of Management. Sudha Rao started his career as brand manager and moved up as SBU head and director. In a career spanning over 20 plus years, Sudha Rao played multiple roles of branding, marketing, corporate relations, international operations, etc. Over the last 2 decades of fast track work life, Sudhakar Rao dealt with sectors like textiles, food, and education, where he has not only launched many brands but also nurtured them towards their rightful position in the marketplace. Sudha Rao is a keynote speaker at various national and international fora. He is also the chairperson for education at FICCI. His areas of interest includes innovation, technology, entrepreneurship, diversity and inclusiveness, design thinking apart from branding. Sudhakar Rao has been an accomplished brand strategist, a startup mentor, and a social media advisor at ICFAI. Sudhakar Rao heads branding for the entire group that includes 11 ICFAI universities, 9 ICFAI business schools, 7 tech schools, 7 law schools, and a huge distant learning program. A hearty welcome to you, sir. How are you, sir?
Thank you very much. I'm good. Very happy to be here.
That's so nice, sir. Over to you. I would like you to speak few words on today's platform.
Great. Thank you. Very good morning to all the participants who have joined to listen to us on this session. On a Saturday morning, I wish all of you are fresh in your mind and are eagerly looking forward to gaining a few insights as part of this conclave. At the outset, I would like to thank the organizers, Ms. Monica Jain and others who have put together such a fantastic panel of speakers for the entire day. And I'm also thankful that they have invited me to deliver this keynote address. It is my great privilege and honor to be delivering this keynote address for the session. And what are the challenges and opportunities that we can focus on in education towards addressing Industry 4.0. Ladies and gentlemen, students, teachers, and the academic fraternity, it has become a buzzword for a long time to talk about Industry 4.0. It has also become a buzzword to talk about NEP 2020. The buzzwords are technology, the buzzwords are change, the buzzwords are digitalization and things like that. I wish that these don't remain as mere buzzwords, but these become our way of life. The way we teach, the way we learn, the way we practice in industry, and the way we implement this in society to change lives and bring certain ideas to life and also achieve certain goals that we set for ourselves, both at a business level and at an industry, at an individual level as well. Friends, the first industrial revolution, or we talk about Industry 1.0, is about the mechanical power, then the steam, then electricity, and then about information technology. And Industry 4.0 is about digital technologies. In summary, this is what it is. The industrial revolution of the first one, which has happened at the end of, say, 18th century, is generally called as 1.0, and it involved mechanization of the manufacturing processes using steam power, and that led to industrialization, and this industrialization also has led to urbanization. Now, when it came to Industry 2.0, or they call it second industrial revolution, which happened probably somewhere towards the end of 1800s, that is 1870 onwards, and it went up to till early 1900s. It is generally treated as second industrial revolution. This second industrial revolution was characterized by mass production of industrial goods at a big scale, widespread adoption of early technologies like telegraph, transportation, communication, so on and so forth. And also the manufacturing processes were typically characterized by assembly lines. There are variety of challenges, variety of difficulties in shifting from the first to the second, and similarly from the second to the third. The third industrial revolution is said to have happened in the early 1970s. Now, The third industrial revolution is talking about internet, using renewable energy, information and communication technology. These are the three important changes in technology that have defined the third industrial revolution. And the fourth one, which we are currently talking about, is characterized by using of technologies like robotics, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, digitalization, automation. Now, we are currently at this stage. If the industrial applications, if business applications are going to be characterized by robotics, IoT, uh, artificial intelligence, so on and so forth, then education will have to mirror these things. Education will have to capture and prepare the students to learn and build their expertise in these domains or the adjacencies of these domains. This being the premise, what are the challenges and opportunities that the education institutions will have? Apart from the regular challenges on our path to realizing and untapping the full potential of industry 4.0, we have an additional challenge of COVID. Now, COVID has been there for the last 2 years, and these 2 years have actually helped us move forward. No, COVID disruption is also disaster. We've lost several people, several incomes lost, lives were disturbed, and the trouble is still going on. It's not over. On the other side, it has created distance, not just the social distance, but the requirement of taking products and services remotely to the consumers has increased. Learning has become remote, and probably it will settle at hybrid learning. And the office work has also become remote work. So these are the things that have come forward or have been accelerated because of COVID. Now, what are the positive sides of this disruption and how we can use that in advancing our steps towards realizing the goals or towards realizing the full potential of Industry 4.0? Yes, in terms of education, the technology that we use in education to understand the student outcomes, the inputs, and the personalization and customization is a very, very important aspect for us in education that we can focus on with the help of the technologies that are part of Industry 4.0. We have to redefine the purpose of education itself. Earlier, we were preparing the students for doing anything, maybe generalists. But today, apart from being generalists, we also have to be experts in something. So as I said, the emerging domains because of the accelerated change post-COVID, we will have to develop the students to have their abilities built around analytics, about remote technologies, about solving problems creatively, about communicating effectively in a remote environment, making sense that they are understood and they understand the customer. I think these abilities will have to be built in, and that should be the purpose of the education that we are talking about. And second thing is we need to improve our focus on STEM. The science, technology, engineering, maths, and also arts, the STEAM. If we put that, it will then map with the future of job requirements that have been projected by various organizations, and therefore use of our energy and technology towards improving improving our focus on STEM and STEAM education is going to be essential according to me. How do we develop human potential is the third focus area. We develop human potential not just to graduate and acquire a job and do well in life, but also we look at adjacencies. How do we appreciate the fact that human suffering will have to be alleviated? How do we appreciate the fact that human suffering will have to be addressed with some solutions that are available through technology and involvement and intervention by leaders? How can we instill the faith in the youngsters in this country through educational institutions towards solving the problems of mental health? how infrastructure can be reoriented, how our learning at homes can be slightly changed, how we talk to the parents in terms of creating or redoing the infrastructure of having a nice table and a chair. Earlier, it was not there. We need to have a fixed table and a chair. There should be a light that focuses on the student so that remote learning is possible. And there is a device that's available which is independently dedicated to the student. So we will be able to tap into the potential of these youngsters, one by creating the right environment, the other by inculcating a sense of being in touch with the people around them, by not letting the people feel lonely, and by also not letting them let go, in the sense that mental health is an issue that while you are counseling and talking with others, you yourself will be actually saved from the possibilities of mental health deterioration. And also, it will help saving others from mental health deterioration. I think that's very, very important to raise the human potential. Our critical thinking will be triggered more with this social intervention. And in times of difficulty, our social intervention, social interaction will have to be stepped up. And this is a learning, I think, to be inculcated right from education institutions. And education institutions stand at a vantage point to actually lead this. It has to emanate from education institutions, and therefore these education institutions will be different, will be revered, will be regarded very high if they do and take lead in realizing and also developing the human potential, apart from saving them from the harmful effects of mental health. Now, how the lifelong learning models will have to be incorporated. Lifelong models will have to be incorporated in the way that we open up the plethora of courses that are available. While you are in a business school, while you are in a school, or at any stage of learning, there are additional certificate programs that are available in the open source. We can do project-based learning, we can do textbook-based learning, we can also additionally learn certificate-based, depending on the choice of area of learning. There are several courses that are available. In the past, education institutions did not focus so much on it. Now, because of the acceleration provided by COVID, or because of the advantages of Industry 4.0, we can take the benefit of these open source certification programs available across the world, and it is very easy to tap into that and create those levels of expertise based on certificate based of learning, apart from your project based learning and apart from the curriculum based learning that you already have in the education institutions. Now, the other thing will be very, very interesting only when we change the orientation. As I was mentioning, there are education institutions and there are good education institutions. The difference is in about how they bring to the table the reorientation part of it. Technology is not going to be the differentiator, although we are customizing, reorienting ourselves towards using technology better and maximizing our potentials and realizing our objectives. But technology itself will not be the differentiator. With money, you can buy technology. The differentiator lies in the quality of the people, and the quality of the people is defined by their orientation, and also it is defined by the creative solutions that they bring to the table. Creative solutions will have to be present keen solutions to have to develop a future ready professional or a future ready student. If the teachers and the community of academia is reoriented towards building these creative solutions of making the learning extremely interesting in the classroom, digital or otherwise, you are now competing with OTT streams like Netflix and Amazon and many others. So your lecture has to be extremely interesting. How do we increase the potential of educators and reorient them to make it extremely interesting is nothing but a solution which is creative. Creative solutions like this will have to come also in terms of segregating the curriculum from which is synchronous, asynchronous, and what we can do on face-to-face. When COVID is done and gone, we will still have these models of synchronous, asynchronous, and face-to-face. In my view, there have been severe flaws in the way we have put the curriculum and bundled everything together and forced the student to sit in front of us and listen to the teachers. That will have to change. That will have to change in terms of what can be taken asynchronously to a large extent should be self-learned, self-read at the convenience of the student. Synchronous will help us learning from the peers. For example, you handle some illustrations, some case studies and simulations, and some presentations, and learning from others is involved. Face-to-face learning will help us not just understand what we learn from the teacher, but also from the others in terms of bonding, camaraderie, relationship, person being more. All these will be learned in face-to-face. So what portion of your curriculum will be allocated across these three modes of learning is a result of a creative solution. I think education institutions and teachers will have to come into that, and a great deal of orientation and training is required. How do we make these institutions as spaces for creativity and innovation? I think every student in higher education, at least, even in actually school education, will have to be taken through one very important exercise, and that is how do we bring ideas to life? That is, in other words, how do we make these people entrepreneurs at a very young age? Even while they are students, I think everyone should be almost compelled to become an entrepreneur. Only then they will understand what is real world and what are the difficulties, opportunities, and challenges associated with that. Like they say that everyone should go through army training, we should also make our students to go through entrepreneurial training. Entrepreneurial exercises which are real life in nature, which will make the student own up his or her own idea and work on it tirelessly to bring it to life. So what are we teaching them? We are teaching them through this entrepreneurial journey two things. One is risk taking, the ability to take risk, bet on certain things and work for it, and make sure that the results come and we'll be able to handle those results, either it is positive or negative. So that is risk taking. The other dimension that we are teaching through this entrepreneurial journey is of ownership, a sense of ownership for the idea that you have given. Whether you work for yourself or you work for anybody else later, you will have a great sense of ownership that defines your work ethic, that defines various results, that inspires people around you, that defines your leadership. So there are several things that are going to unfold from these two principal elements which emanate from the journey of entrepreneurship, which I am proposing to be made mandatory in education institutions in order to eventually realize the potential of Industry 4.0. I think this is where we will have to do that. Now, higher education, the colleges and institutions will come together. The collaboration between industry and academia is one thing that we always talk about. Yes, there's a great deal of gap. We need to fill that gap. But inwardly looking, there is a great deal of gap even between academic institutions on one hand and the academic institutions on the other hand. That is, the collaboration potential between academic institution to academic institution is severely lacking, and that's where I think we can do a great deal of catching up in order to ensure that we all get onto a path which will be towards realizing the goals of Industry 4.0. So these are the opportunities and the challenges that the other opportunity is the National Education Policy 2020 has enshrined several of these things to be captured well in education institutions. That's a great opportunity. Without regulator, without policy changes, without somebody pushing us, we generally don't get started. But here there's an opportunity as well. Now, what are the challenges? The challenges are actually short term. The challenges could be temporary in terms of the COVID playing a role here and there. But COVID playing a role here and there has a positive side to it, as I explained, to accelerate our own journey towards Industry 4.0. So, therefore, in my view, the challenges are far too few, but in terms of creating infrastructure, in terms of creating orientation, in terms of bringing an appreciation for creative solutions, and also building a sense of ownership and risk taking, apart from keeping in touch with self and others to mitigate mental health problems. I think these are the challenges and areas of work that we need to focus on in order to realize our journey and our potential to take the benefit of Industry 4.0. With these few words, I would like to wish all the best to all the members who have participated. I would like to also share with you that we are well and truly on our way to realizing the potential. All education institutions are really geared up to handle this challenge, and I'm sure in the days to come, in the months and years to come, we will be more equipped. We have actually covered a lot of ground, and I'm sure the entire education industry, so to say, is really equipped to make this journey more meaningful and realize our goals and the purpose of nation building through various steps that we take in education institutions. I wish each one of you all the very best in your journeys and have a comfortable stay and overcome the temporary difficulties that are caused by COVID. Thank you and all the best. You're on mute.
Thank you so much, sir. Your words really mean a lot to us. These are going to make a revolution in the education sector and will help the educators to come up with this. Your words have really added a lot of value for today's event. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thanks for this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to tell a small thing. Success isn't about how much money you make. Success isn't about how much money you make, it's about the differences you make in people's lives. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to welcome our chairperson for the panel discussion. And the panel discussion topic is digital transformation of education. As you all know, how much important the digital education has become in this pandemic. So let's welcome Mr. Preetham Kumar Agarwal, founder director, Hello Kids chain of preschool and Riverstone School, founder, School Consultant India. A hearty welcome to you, sir. Let me tell a few things about Preetham Kumar Agarwal, founder and director. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to welcome our chairperson, Mr. Preetham Kumar Agarwal, founder, director, Hello Kids chain of preschools and Riverstone Schools, founder, School Consultant India. A hearty welcome to you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So let me tell a few things about Preetham Kumar Agarwal, sir. Founder and director, started with first Hello Kids Preschool Center at Bangalore in 2005 and currently runs a robust franchising network with over 690 plus preschools across India. Isn't it wonderful? Nepal and Bangladesh, a passionate early childhood entrepreneur with over 15 plus years of experience, traveled across the length and breadth of the country to understand the preschool industry in India. Bachelor of Commerce, graduated from Delhi University, MBA degree from Indian Institute of Planning and Management, New Delhi, loves to travel, network, marketing, and like to work on new business ideas, monitoring and strategic decision making for Little Fingers, one of the India's leading manufacturer of kids furniture and PlayStation. Little Woods, wooden toys manufacturer, Cracky Shoes, premium kids shoes, JB Marketing, importer and distributor of toys and school furniture, a very active and committed member of Early Childhood Association ECA India. Represents ECA as Vice President India and National Core Committee member. Founder and business promoter of International Wish Federation. Business Wing, IVF Business Global, currently having 15,000 plus entrepreneurs members across 9 countries. Sir, your intro is just like I have no words, But then also there's so many things to tell about you. Hearty welcome to you, sir.
Thank you so very much, and looking forward for this session.
Yes, sir. Now it's time to welcome our panelist. And I would like to invite and welcome Miss Preeti Choresha, Director, Cambridge Bright International School, Cambridge Montessori Preschool. A hearty welcome to you, madam. Hope
Thank you
you're
so
doing
much.
good.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
I'm very delighted to welcome Mrs. N. Curie, State Head of Chhattisgarh Dream India Group of Schools. A hearty welcome to you, Mrs. N. Curie. I would like to welcome as an outstanding speaker and being invited at many forms. I would like to call upon Mr. Chetan Sharma, founder Edumate. Hearty welcome to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
So let me tell a few things about Mr. Chetan Sharma. Works at the intersection of media, education, employability, and entrepreneurship, educating aspirants to make them job worthy, guiding entrepreneurs on building scalable companies and enduring brands. He is also a committed life and career coach who has helped hundreds of clients find purpose and success, and quite often both worked in leadership position as CEO. Editor and primetime anchor across all leading national channels including NDTV, India Today, Star News, Z News, and engaged at multiple levels with Al Jazeera, Bloomberg, and BBC. Chetan Sharma works at the intersection of media, education, employability, and entrepreneurship, educating aspirants to make them job worthy, guiding entrepreneurs on building scalable companies and enduring brands. A hearty welcome to you, sir. Now it's time to welcome our one more panelist, Dr. B. Sendil Kumar, Dean and Director of Schools of Aligned Health Science, Vinayaka Mission Research Foundation DU, hails from beautiful temple city of Kanchipuram in India, administrating nearly 20 UG and 11 PG courses in aligned health service at 3 different campuses in Salem, Pondicherry, Karkarail. Since July 2018, he has been serving as head transformation for the Vinayak Mission Hospital Salem as an additional responsibility oversees its overall operations and is also responsible for ensuring that hospital's quality of service, efficiency, and customer satisfaction is at its highest all the times. Ensured diploma in family medicine and diploma in emergency medicine courses. From the Royal College of General Practices, UK Executive Member and Purchase Committee of the VIMS Hospital Salem, Executive Member in NABH Accreditation Process and Quality Control Board in VIMS Hospital Salem, Secretary for Infection Control Committee, VIMS Hospital Salem. Chief Executive Member of Ethical Committee, VIMS Hospital, Salem, Chief Executive in International Affairs of Vinayaka Missions and working out for the collaboration with Howard University. He holds the valuable post and membership of being the Chairman Boards of Studies, Allied Health Services, Vinayaka Mission Research Foundation, Salem, Subcommittee Member of CII, Southern Region on Education. Skills and Job Creation for the year 2021-22. Members in CII Tamil Nadu Healthcare Panel and member in CAHO Startup Tech Committee. His vision to work towards an education system of equal access to all. He is a dynamic and versatile person having a quest for knowledge, is continuously marching towards success. A hearty welcome to you, sir. And once again, a warm welcome to all the panelists present here. Hope you all are doing good.
Yes.
I can see a beautiful smile on everyone's faces. Over to you, sir, to chair this session. Pritam Agarwal, sir.
Thank you so much, and I welcome all my co-panelists and uh, Preeti, Chetan, and Sandil. I hope that today's session will be some basic learning for we all, getting into a lot of understanding of the digital transformation what we have experienced in our own industries. Specifically, let's make it very simple. What we are understanding in terms of digital transformation, what we have experienced in our own organization, what we are following on digital transformation from the globe, what we are expecting in the future, and what we have experienced in the past. Friends, this looks like we are discussing something, uh, digital transformation which is with us since last 2 decades. But digital transformation has got a new words after and during this COVID era. We all understood that this digital transformation is not what we were talking about pre-March 2020, right? we have
Yes.
seen we have seen the uh, internet in the mid of 90s 1995, right, when we were talking about reaching internet to the public around 1995, when VSNL launched the internet services. That was the time when we talked about the digital transformation of education knowledge beyond the classrooms. The classrooms which were of 20-30 students, which was a physical classrooms, right? Now we all know that this is no longer a 20-30 students in the classrooms. It is no longer a physical classrooms. This is not longer an education which is only a Google information, right? It is not only that library what we used to have it. Now, if you see this physical schools, how within a short span of 2 to 3 months, we all were seeing a lot of digital transformation in our own industry. The classroom curriculum changed overnight, or I'll not say overnight, within a couple of months. The curriculum meant for the classrooms, physical classroom, converted back to a digital forms, right? And when we are talking about teachers into rural places, when we all were talking about physical training to the teachers, now this is all become a digital training. Now it is not only our own resources which is available. Now the resources are available from across the country. It is not the professor or the teacher who was available locally. Now we have access to the top educators, researchers from the globe. It was not only the paid or easily available, what you call it, when it was very difficult to available with all resources. Now it has become easily available to a lot of resources from the globe. Friends, it is not only that AR VR which has we were talking about 5 years back. Now it is again a Zoom class or a Google Meet, which a lot of digital transformation has happened. So, friends, with this background, I will say, Preeti ma'am and Chetan, that let's think about and let's discuss that what was that changes you have seen, you as a leader, you as an organization in the past, and what is the future plans, so that when we have the audience understanding, they should understand that this is what Chetan has adapted and this is working for Chetan. And I'm sure that it's not very easy or difficult that Preeti will accept the same transformation which Chetan has accepted it. It may be something different which is working for Preeti and me, right? So let's give that experiences so that our audience will get the right hand experiences of this digital transformation. So, Preeti madam, if I can come
Yeah.
back to you, and
Yes.
I will say that you can definitely give your introduction and what digital transformation to you now.
Sir, actually, my name is Preeti Chaurasia, and recently we have started in mid of COVID only. We have started our institution, Cambridge Bright International School. Okay, so I had 10 years of corporate and education industry experience. So it was really very very tough for me. जैसे कहते हैं ना कि आप कीचड़ में कमल खिलाते हैं वैसे ही द स्कूल वाज देयर because we started in mid of 2020 only in the month of February and March, and it was the peak time. That's so suddenly we means we were shocked that all is going to be stopped. The schools are not going to be open. So we were means in mid of the thinking what need to be done, but we haven't gave up. We started the institution, then we started for the admissions also. But the thing was there this for the small children, those who are age of from 3 to 6 or 7, how they're going to sit in front of the camera. That was the basic thing, means to hold them for 10 to 15 minutes. It was really very very tough, but we just as you said that from past 2 years we all have faced the thing that technology transformation is there, digitalization is there in terms of Google Meet, and everything is there. We are taking the classes like Zoom and Google Meet. So as well as we had the technology and we have limited resources, we cannot go to the children's house. They have to be here in Zoom only. So we adopted some of the creativity things which made the children hold in the classes. The problem was there that how to convey our messages to the children as well as to the parents. The thing was that we had to teach the parents first. We had to take their support. So we mean somehow we learned the technology first because it was not easy task to learn the Google, how to use the Google, how to use the Zoom, and the teachers were not there. They were not means accustomed to use this Zoom and Meet and all. So we started from the WhatsApp only. First we had the video calls, then only after some time we got Zoom and Google Meet. So there we found out some of the ways that how to means hold these children, how to cope up with this. So we gave training to our teachers, and from home only we all were working actually. So side by side we learned so many things from these technology also. We had so many videos, we learned, we updated ourselves, then we implemented these things in our classes also. Right now the teachers are taking the class, they are means teaching from lower standard to a high standard also. So the thing was there that how we can manage with this timing and the children. So we adopted some of the things like they started dancing with the children. So the thing is that the children must enjoy the class, otherwise they are not going to be there. वो उनको अच्छा नहीं लगता, वो लोग तुरंत लीव कर देंगे. Okay, we started from 40, then it is 20, then it is 10. So day by day the strength increased. How? Then we implemented some of the few things only. We have implemented the dance there. We implemented the things that worksheets or the activities should be more there. Then the children will learn. Then the children will enjoy. And yes, now we are with all the Zoom and but yes, through webinars, through many many things. And now the world has become a very small class. We have learned so many things from foreign institutions also. So it was not possible earlier because we have never thought कि classes ऐसे भी हो सकती हैं. The class can be like this only. So now we are learning from other institutions. We are learning from other foreign institutions also. So somehow this technology also helped us in learning the things or updating ourselves. So this is my journey, and we have means. So what sir want to say?
Uh, Thank you so much, Preeti, for this
Yeah, welcome, sir.
understanding. And when you said there were some challenges with the
Yes,
training of the teachers, the adaptation of the new technology, Zoom or Google, whatever it was, right? But
yes,
I believe that as an early learners or teachers as a fast learner, we have adapted the technology with the requirements. Over to you, Sandil sir. Uh, when it comes to an higher education, right? How was your experiences in terms of digital transformation, and how you have seen these changes pre-COVID and the era of COVID right now? Sir, Mike.
Sorry, audible now?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes. Correct.
yeah. Good morning, honorable present here. Like from the higher education institution, being a dean and director of health sciences, we have faced some major challenges during this COVID era. Actually, the first of all, teachers are not familiar with the converting this face-to-face lesson into online. Number one, because you cannot expect the teachers to be high tech by just overnight, because all these years we don't have any must training for the teachers to do the online courses, even preparing the content. And you know that most of the institutions will have only limited IT support and staff to help preparing e-learning content in a short span of time. So not only the teachers unprepared, even the availability of IT persons also, no, it's very minimal. And the because of the required resources to support teachers in preparing for for video sessions are limited, and some places is not at all available. And students from rural background are not able to use the distance learning approaches, and potential lack of student access to the computers and internet at home. And the unavailability of resources to the students will lead wide variability in knowledge gaining among the different sector of students, which leads to wider socioeconomic equality differences too. So probably it might lead to increased dropout rates in school going children in the later stage. And illiterate parents who cannot support children in their education at home, and the students coming from a background of educated parents can at least be expected to get a little support if partial homeschooling is employed temporarily. But children of illiterate parents go through a lot of trouble and is devoid of any support in learning. uh, Being a health sciences background, so as far as medical education is concerned, the COVID-19 pandemic puts people at risk of developing life-threatening conditions, presenting substantial challenges for medical education, as instructor must deliver lectures safely while also ensuring the integrity and continuity of medical education process. These challenges have resulted in limited patient care due to focus on COVID-19 patients, which restricts the availability of bedside teaching opportunities for medical students. Consequently, they are unable to complete their internship. Medical training through clinical rotation has been suspended. Other challenges include a fear that medical students may contract the virus during their training and may transmit to the community. Additionally, students are required to stay at home and to obey the social distancing guidelines. The sudden and quick shift to e-learning made by the COVID-19 has led to the issues of inequality and digital divide in India that must be addressed by future economic and education digitalization policies. The unavailability of resources to the students, which lead to a wide variability in the knowledge gaining among the different sector of students, thus leading to a wider socioeconomic equality differences too. So by this, maybe we can expect some increased dropout. I think now the situation is somewhat better, so probably we can expect a better outcome. Over to you.
Very, very true, and very practical challenges which is being faced uh, by the industry. I will say an industry which is educational. I will say an industry which is working towards making a brighter future for the country, the young generation, or the generation which is, I'll say, the internet generation for the future. Friends, when we have discussed about our own understanding to this transformation, my question again coming back to you, Sandil sir, that uh, as an educator, and by seeing the post-COVID era, and when we all are looking looking forward to the digital transformation which has happened. I'll just give you a small example. All right, to understand a digital transformation, I do have a video. Definitely to Preeti and Sanjil sir, I'll definitely share with you both, and I will suggest Monica that if she can take it from me and send it to all the listeners today about a digital transformation. Friends, I was seeing a video on Facebook, and this video was the Amazon stores across the US. Amazon a supermarket and Amazon as a fresh. They have already come up with almost around 200 stores across the nation. And this digital transformation, I'll say that this is not in terms of education, but this is in terms of these supermarkets where you just go, you just pick up, you just put it in your bag, and you come out of the store. And you have already billed, you have already charged, right, for all the products which is inside your bag while coming out of that store. No, no counters, no scanning process, no checks what you have taken outside from that store, right? Friends, we are in the digital part. Now, when we have used a payment methods of Google Pay or a phone pay, right? When we saw something in terms of Zomato, Swiggy, when we saw Amazon and Flipkart, when we are seeing a child of 5 years, 6 years old are able to order food online, they're able to pay online, right? Think about the acceptance of digital transformation within a young child. So from Amazon to a young child of 5 years, and that is not overnight. We were talking about a digital time, internet time, where we are talking about digital transformation in a lot of things, and which is 2 decades. If 2 decades can give us so much, if just a 20 months of COVID can take everybody us to a digital platform, right? And trust me, friends, if you all agree, I'll say I need answer from both of you, Preeti and Sandil, that let's be a very true in terms of this, that taking our children to a digital platform which is online classes should have taken another 10-15 years without COVID. Yes or no? Preeti ji?
Yeah, yeah,
Sandip?
sure. Means we really can't expect means how long it will be going on. Okay, so
Right?
the situation is like that. How long means maybe for 5 to 10 years still we can be on this platform. So this
Yes.
is too uncertain right now.
Yes. Sandil, sorry. Welcome, Mr. Chetan. I hope you are able to hear me.
Yes, I can. Thank you very much, Pritam. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
we were not able to reach to you, and there were some internet issues for you, I think.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
sir, we are just discussing about the future trends. We are coming back to the second question onto this part.
Right.
What you think, as per your experiences for your industry, for your institute, that
Right.
what kind of emerging trends you will be able to see post COVID, right, in terms of education?
All right. Thank you so much, Pritam. Let me start as a journalist. I have to ask a question. The biggest
Yes.
question, the most popular question these days on the internet is, am I audible?
Yes.
All right. Good to know that. Thank you very much. So I did catch a few words of what was spoken by Preeti ma'am and Senthil ma'am, Senthil sir a little while earlier. Uh, First of all, the caveat: I don't run an institute. I am not a technical educationist like Preeti ma'am, like Senthil sir, like you, Preetam. I'm just a simple journalist, right? A simple journalist who set up an education platform for wonderful speakers like you to come together and care and share and discuss issues to do with education, particularly higher education, with the intention of ensuring that every single student of this country finds himself a job either here or overseas. That's as simple as it is. And to that effect, I can share the experiences which I have had over the last 2 years, having spoken to about 5,000 educationists in India and across the world, as to what they've been experiencing, and bring that to you as on this platform. So if I'm to actually trace out a bit of history, we all started by learning how to draw a line, right? As little kids, we first taught how to draw a line. Then we were taught how to create stresses and punctuate and underline. Then as we grew, then we became marketing savvy and we were taught all kinds of marketing, below the line marketing, above the line marketing. And amongst all this, we've now completely given a different twist to the word line through the mechanism of online. Everything is online. That's how history has changed the linear thinking, changed the definition of the word line. And what the online has done, it's actually blurred a lot of lines. It's made us not draw lines in our system. Because today, your professional life and your personal life is intertwined. It's totally blurred. Your parent life of parenting and your life of students is very different. But now they've blurred because everything is happening from the same place, from the same house, often from the same instrument, with enormous space constraints, instrument constraints, time constraints. So the lines have got blurred. And that's what's created a lot of chaos within people. Students, after all of us are students also, right? We're students of a very endearing subject called life. So this has been a great opportunity, is what all of you mentioned, to learn. And it's not just the students who've learned. It's not just the parents who've learned, not just the teachers who've learned. It's the professionals who've learned. It's the people in industry who've learned. It's the people in governance who've learned. And all of us have now begun to respect the need of each other without the need to be with each other. I think that's been an enormous learning in this process of education. If you want to just structure it or limit education to a school or a college or a university, then sure things. I think a lot of challenges have been mentioned by Preeti ma'am, by you, by Dr. Senthil. Typically, the student, I think, was the easiest adapter because for him to adapt to new situations, having an unconditioned and an impressionable mind is far higher than the teacher or the headmistress or the principal or the parent, all of whom have now got their baggage of experiences and find themselves a little fixated. And they've got to actually first unlearn before they relearn. So for them, the process has been almost double than that of the student, who's actually taken up a lot of things like a fish out of water. So the major problem that is felt, I think, was in the teaching fraternity, because they had to transform themselves in a far higher magnitude than the student. The student was much smarter. He was able to pick up things. And perhaps his biggest challenge was in not having the space or the desired instrument to be able to actually educate himself in the same manner which the educator wanted him to educate. That was the broad understanding in terms of the teaching fraternity. And what was thought to be a seamless education from the parents' point of view actually seemed less. So the parents actually felt that when they were educated online, it was not enough because schools were shut, right? The attention span was much lower, the expenses of the school were much lower, so they just stopped paying the fees. And that created another problem for the schools in terms of financial irregularities. So there was this disconnect because the expectations of the parents was completely contrary to the expectation from the school, because the school was investing higher time and higher involvement and higher technology, by training the teachers and disseminating education, whereas for the parents, it was much lesser because they were not using their physical infrastructure. That was their disconnect. In terms of the higher education, well, a lot of students chose to take a gap year, simply because here again the parents felt that the online education is not true education. So what's the point of wasting the money for the first year? A lot of people opted out. Then, because of COVID, what actually happened is that people began to look at closer colleges. They began to look at proximity, and geography became more important than history, than technology, than credibility. So all these interplays which developed, and all of them happened simultaneously, led to a very interesting, a very challenging, a very lopsided, and a very convoluted couple of years of education. The question is that what is all this going to lead up to? Well, I think simply put, there's a word coined as phygital. It's a combination of physical as well as digital education. So education from now will have to be hybrid, come what may. There's no escaping that. And the good part of that is if you have a hybrid education, you're able to take advantage of both the expanse of learning from a variety of people, not just in India, but from across the world. You have access to them at a much more reasonable price. There's a better way of collating, researching, documenting, evaluation, assessment. But on the other hand, you don't compromise with the physical need of education, the social need of education. Because during an online session, you're only applying 2 of your 6 senses. The other 4 need to be stimulated, which happens from the physical environment. So the advantages of expanse and economy and efficiency of the digital world will be coalesced with the advantages of empathy, social skills, emotional intelligence of the physical world, and come together and give you perhaps the best sought out of education in the times to come. And as what a little while back my esteemed friend Sudhakar sir was talking about, Industry 4.0, that is what's going to be required by the industry tomorrow. Because when I look at things from the lens of employability, what the employer today is looking at is a very holistic student, a very holistic employee. He's looking at somebody not just who's got the marks, not just who's got the skills, but somebody who's got the aptitude and the attitude to work. And the NEP also colludes to that. And I think that before we get into transformation, we have to first get into formation. The trans comes later. We need to form people the way that they were meant to be formed. Right? And our education system, in fact, has somewhere along the line lost the essence of learning. As educators, we believe more in teaching, not in allowing the student to learn. We've always believed more in finding answers, not in seeking questions. We've always believed more in standardized practices of length and breadth as opposed to detail. Those things have to be changed. From an interest, from an understanding by the educator, because all of us, seem to think that education is about classes, is about schools, is about colleges, is about universities, it's about mass, is about the world. We forget that education is actually individualistic. Education happens one-on-one. So while schools try to show their results of so many toppers, colleges try to show that there's so many people, who've got 90 plus percentiles, so many percentiles, so many people who've got into so many jobs. What they forget is that the strength of an education institute, of an education system, is actually its weakest link. Unless and until the weakest student of your school or your college gets himself a deserving job, you have not done your job as an educator. That's the problem.
Thank you,
And no
Chetan.
digital environment can actually change you to enhance what you're doing, but it has to be spread across. It cannot be relegated to the hands of a few. And that's what I think, which is very well structured by Senthil when he talked about what I think is going to be one of the most potential divides in this country. This country has been divided by caste, creed, color, religion, but the most potent divide is going to be the digital divide.
Very
And
true.
for a country whose constitution talks about free and compulsory education to the age of 16, that is even further threatened by the digital divide. So I think that's something we've got to see as the biggest challenge. The opportunities which COVID has provided are immense in terms of creating a hybrid environment. Thank you for your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Chetan, for a robust understanding to the topic. And as you said, unlearn and then relearn about the requirements, what is required for the future. And when you say a seamless process in terms of digital transformation, so that the end user able to understand what is the requirement so far. Over to Sandil sir, and I'll come back to Preeti on a last note. Sandil sir, when we talk about, see, I'll just give you a thought before I come back to this question. See, we have seen different curriculums, either it is a school education, secondary education, or a higher education, right? We have seen curriculum, we have seen a lot of digital products available in the market. Somebody is designing a curriculum, somebody is offering you solutions, right? And again, somebody is offering you another solution for the assessment. And there are a lot of gaps which I as an educator able to see, because designed by somebody, offering by somebody else, and now taking another product to understand the same subject. Now, in these streamlines, what are the challenges faced by you as an educator? Is our curriculum, the training and the assessments are in synchronized with the requirements of today's scenario, in today's scenario? Over to you, Sandil sir.
It's a good question, actually. Being we are deemed to be university, actually. We run 23 institutions, even we have schools also, so. We developed our own software, and we are into the it's called a Camo, where we have our curriculum is designed at par with the international standards. And that we have accredited with the UGC and the NAC and everything. So obviously we need to follow the curriculum what the government of India says. And assessment, and you're talking about the gap between the curriculum and assessment. Yeah, completely agree. Sometimes it we faced these issues in maybe 8 years back about this some gaps between the assessment and the curriculum. So now what we planned is we have come up with the assessment based on competency one, competency based assessment, where instead of going for only the theory and practicals, the students should have a competencies. So the once the students comes out of the organization, they should have some set of competencies from the basics to advanced. So by fixing it by competency based, and either in terms of medical education or in terms of technical education, in terms of any nursing education, if you fixed as a competencies, probably we can close the gaps much better. And in digital world, in during this thing, probably everyone can even close the gaps between the curriculum and the assessment. This is my point. Thank you.
Very true, very true. Over to you, Preeti ma'am, on this part, if you have any comments on this.
I totally agree with Shandil sir that he said that yes, because digitalization is there, so we can fulfill the gap between the curriculum and the assessment also, because right now the universalization is very important for us. And this, yes, digitalization is giving us that opportunity, so we need to means somehow we need to means make it universal in all over. That means depending on the things that, yes, we had that some kind of discrepancies were there, means we need to make it over. Right now the time has come, we need to means like we are having the new education policies also. This, it's a, I think it's a kind of thing that, yes, it is going to be better in the coming years if we apply this new education policy, which is giving a lots of opportunity to the children. And yes, I think so that the digitalization will help us in overcoming these problems we had earlier.
One more
So,
point, actually,
yeah.
Pritham. Actually, this government of India has come up with a lot of MOOC platform, like the SWAYAM and NPTEL, and international MOOC platform also. The Coursera and edX, where the students now the government of India is asking us the incorporate their credits into our system. Like probably the we can ask some few courses. We can ask the students to take up that courses and we incorporate it in our system. Probably it will be it will be a universal one, and probably then we can compete with the others also. So it's a good initiative by the government of India right now.
So, we've talked about a delivery mechanism, right? We've talked about a pedagogy. We've talked about an evaluation system. I think we're missing out the core, with permission, Senthil sir and Preeti ma'am and Deepa. How do you define this? What is your benchmark to define that this should be a system, that a student should be judged on so and so parameters? Where does that come from? If you want an environment, you are a country where you have the world's youngest population. We're the world's youngest country. We are a country whose unemployment is at a 60-year high. We are a country whose unemployability is almost 75%. So are we creating students who are going to actually get employed? So unless and until you get a need analysis from industry, it's not coming from the government, by the way. It has to come from industry, because industry is going to give the jobs. Unless and until you get a need analysis of skills, aptitudes, as well as knowledge from the industry, because they're going to hire you and they're going to train you, the system will remain insufficient. The output of the student will remain insufficient. That will keep giving rise to a lot of these huge edtech players who've come into the system, who are trying to fill up the gaps as entrepreneurs, but they are only filling up certain parts of things which actually should have been happening by the institution. And that's why it's become an industry way beyond your control, because that was not happening, basically. It's meant to happen. I think
Yes,
that
correct,
is the
sir.
problem.
Yes,
Very
Chetan
true,
sir,
sir.
what you're saying is correct, sir. But that is what even that government is coming up with the when you go for an act process, it says industry offered, industry design, industry specific courses, where all the institution get into the industry oriented one, and what the industry expects, we need to incorporate curriculum also. So now
Yes.
everything onto the shape, and the NEP 2020 is giving a very good platform to incorporate all industry academic collaboration. So it's
Friends,
a good move.
friends, let's stay connected post this session. And I've already got a message again. And friends, on the last note, thank you, Image Planet and Global Term Foundation, Monica and Amit, for this wonderful session. And thank you, Sandil and Chetan and Preeti Madam, for this connect. So before we close, I want a one-liner or two-liner message to all the listener on the digital transformation as per you. Anybody can start on this. A very short one or two liners for our educators to understand the digital transformation. Preeti ma'am.
Yeah, sure, sir. So my message is there that we are on the path of some digitalization. So we need to accept it first of all, and let's hope for the best. We can say that yes, this is the way of life. We have to accept it, and we have to move forward. That's it. Thank you.
Very, very good acceptance. Sandil sir?
As I said earlier, we need to move on with the NEP 2020.
All right. All right. Chetan sir.
I think is a simple word. Remember the word phygital? That's the real world for life. It's a combination of physical and digital. The way forward is hybrid. It cannot be either physical or digital. Please rely on digital for expanse, efficiency, and economy, and rely on the physical for emotional intelligence and social skills.
Thank you. Thank you so much, friends. And this was very lightning and shared our own experiences during this session. And thank you so much, Image Planet Global Term Foundation, for this. Over to you. Thank you so much for giving us this space.
Thank you very much.
Thank you everyone. Thank you Pritam sir, thank you Preeti ma'am, thank you Chetan sir, thank you Sandil sir. Thank you everyone. It was really a mind-blowing session. I can tell we all gained so much of knowledge, isn't it not everyone? Thank you everyone. And I would just like to tell Miss N Curie was not able to join because she's tested positive. So we wish her a speedy recovery. Yeah. Thank you
Thank you.
panelists.
Thank you very much.
There is no magic to achievement. There is no magic to achievement. It's really about hard work, choices, and persistence. Well, ladies and gentlemen, time has come for which we all were waiting for. The hard work and the efforts never go waste. So it's time for us for the awards and recognition of Edu leaders. A hearty congratulations. Well, it's time for us to invite our awardees for all their efforts. So I would like to announce our awardee, Mr. Anis Mirza, Head Corporate Relations and Placements, New Horizon College of Engineering, under the category Outstanding Performances in the Sector of Placement Award. Congratulations, Mr. Anis Mirza. Our next awardee is Ms. Preeti Choresia, Director, Cambridge Bright International School, Cambridge Montessori Preschool, under the category Outstanding Contribution in Education. Congratulations, Ms. Preeti. Well, let me announce our next awardee, Chetan Sharma, Founder, Edumate, under the category Lifetime Achievement Award. Hearty congratulations, sir. Our next awardee is Dr. Abhijit Banerjee, Founder, Career Pathways, under the category the National Career Guidance Award. A hearty congratulations to Abhijit and his team. Congratulations, team. Career Pathways. Our next awardee is Dr. Abhijit Banerjee, Founder, Career Pathways, under the category Online Counselor Excellence Award. Congratulations, Dr. Abhijit. Hearty congratulations for all your success and efforts. Our next award is for Lal Ruth Lung, Managing Director, Zo Career Solutions, under the category Outstanding Contribution in Education Services. Congratulations to the entire team of Zo Career Solutions. Congratulations, team. Our next award goes to Mr. Shubhajit De, Founder and Prime Faculty, Language and Literature Classes, under the category Best Language School in Siliguri, West Bengal. Congratulations to the whole team. Our next awardee is Navita Thakur, Managing Director, IELTS. IELTS Oracle, under the category India's Best IELTS Coaching Institute. Congratulations for all team. Congratulations, team Navita Thakur. Our next awardee is Ms. Reena Prakash Tyagi, founder and chairperson, Seas EduTech Private Limited, under the category Women Edupreneur of the Year. Congratulations, ma'am. Our next awardee is Saiba I. Vasudev, Soul Zest, founder, under the category Best Graphologist. Congratulations, Saiba. Our next awardee is Vinit Kumar Shukla, social activist, Lasante Group, under the category Social Change Award. Congratulations, Mr. Vinit, for all your efforts. Our next award goes to Ankita Sharma, Pre-Primary Coordinator, Ochkin Palladium International School, Raipur, under the category Best Pre-Primary Coordinator. Congratulations, Miss Ankita Sharma. Our next award goes to Anugya Agarwal, IB MYP Individuals and Societies Educator, Pathways World Social Aravali Retreat Gurgaon, under the category Young Woman Achiever Award. Congratulations, Anugya. Our next award goes to Arpana, teacher, Government School, Muttapura, Tumkuru, under the category Best Teacher. Congratulations, ma'am. Our next award goes to Champa Sharma, assistant teacher, Junior High School, Department of Basic Education, Basic Shiksha Parishad, Uttar Pradesh, under the category Outstanding Contribution to Education. A hearty congratulations to you, madam. Our next award goes to D.T. Ravindra, President, Veda School and PU College, under the category Best Affordable School and PU College. Congratulations to D.T. Ravindra and his team for all the efforts and hard work. Our next award goes to Dilip Kumar Pulivarti, CEO, Aero Falcons Aviation Training Academy, under the category The Top Aviation Job Placements in Telangana. Congratulations to the team Dilip Kumar Pulivarti, Aero Falcons Aviation Training Academy. Our next award goes to Dr. Borili John Robert, Professor in History and Archaeology, Coles Memorial Junior College, Kurnool, under the category Outstanding Contribution in History and Archaeology. Congratulations, sir. Our next award goes to Dr. Madhavi Nikam, Professor of English, RK Talreja College, Ullasnagar, under the category Best Teacher Award. Congratulations to you, madam. Our next award goes to Dr. Pratima Mishra, Assistant Professor, Dr. D.Y. Patil College of Education, Pimpri, Pune, under the category Innovative Educator. Congratulations to Dr. Pratima. Our next award goes to Dr. Shilpi Singh, Principal, Sri Ramriksh Podhar, BVM Senior Secondary School, under the category Top Promising School of the Year. Congratulations to the team Dr. Shilpi Singh. Our next award goes to Dr. Sudhir Nikam, Associate Professor and Head PG Department of English, Chairperson Board of Studies in English, University of Mumbai, BNN College, Bhiwandi, under the category Best Teacher Award. Congratulations, Dr. Sudhir Nikam. Our next award goes to Dr. Sandeep Gun, Headmaster, Jalpaiguri Higher Secondary School, West Bengal, under the category Dynamic Leader of the Year. Congratulations to Dr. Sandeep. Our next award goes to Shahar Bano Rizvi, Principal, Modern English School and Modern Composite PU College, under the category Dynamic Principal of the Year. Congratulations to you, ma'am. Our next award goes to Dr. V.J. Nagesh, Principal, Takshila International School, Shironarayan, Chhattisgarh, under the category Best Emerging School in Chhattisgarh. Congratulations to the team, Dr. V.J. Nagesh. Our next award goes to Dr. B. Sendil Kumar, Dean and Director, Health Sciences, School of Allied Health Sciences, Vinayak Mission Research Foundation, DU, under the category Excellence in Instructional Leadership. Congratulations to you, sir. Our next award goes to Harshita Chandrakant, Director, ELM Early Education Montessori House of Children, under the category Best Montessori School in Bengaluru. Congratulations to Team Harshita Chandrakant, ELM Early Education. Our next award goes to Jyoti Manjunath, Founder, Director and Principal, the Learning Tree Preschool and Daycare, under the category Preschool Awards. Congratulations to the team Jyoti Manjunath Preschool Awards. Our next award goes to Nirav Kumar Makadia, Assistant Professor, CCSIT, Junagadh, under the category Best Educationist. Congratulations, sir. Our next award goes to Rajesh Jaipal, First Station in Charge, under the category Outstanding Contribution in Social Services. Congratulations, Mr. Rajesh. Our next award goes to Rupanshi Huda, Science Mistress, Education Department, Haryana, under the category Innovative Educator. Congratulations, ma'am. Our next award goes to Sayali Bhosle, Director, Angels Paradise Academy Preschool and Daycare, under the category Best Play School in Maharashtra. Congratulations, team, for all your efforts and hard work, Sayali Bhosle. Our next award goes to Sayali Bhosle, Founder and CEO, Uriel Kids, under the category Best Online Education Platform Program. Congratulations to the team. Our next award goes to Sharath Chandra Indupalli, Director, Aero Falcons Aviation Training Academy, under the category The Best Aviation Training Academy in Vizag. Congratulations, team, Sharath Chandra Indupalli. Our next award goes to Sumalini B. Swami, Principal, Silicon City Academy of Secondary Education, under the category Principal of the Year. Congratulations, madam. Our next award goes to Surendra Sen Solanki, Director, Somnath International School, Kodinar, under the category Best Promising School in Gujarat. Congratulations to the team for the great success and teamwork. Our next award goes to Surjya Narayan Sahu, educator, Dio Patana Primary School, under the category Best Innovative Teacher of the Year. Congratulations, sir. Our next award goes to Sapnanendu Nandi, ex-headmaster, Hyderpara Buddha Bharati High School, under the category Best Educationist. Congratulations, sir. Our next award goes to Syed Akhil, Training Director, Aero Falcons Aviation Training Academy, under the category The Top Aviation Trainer in India. Congratulations, Mr. Syed. A hearty congratulations to you. Our next award goes to T. Vamshi Krishna, correspondent, Sri Lakshmi High School, under the category Outstanding Contribution in Education. Congratulations to the organization T. Vamshi Krishna, Sri Lakshmi High School. Last but not the least, our next award goes to Meenu Pandey, Principal, Drona Bachpan Public School, under the category Principal of the Year. Congratulations to you, madam. Well, a hearty congratulations to all the awardees. Your hard work has made you to come to this day, actually. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all enjoyed this show. And it was really nice meeting you in this virtual platform because of this pandemic. I hope everything will be fine soon and we all will meet live in real on stage one day. Well, I would like to thank each of you for gracing your glorious presence. We had a wonderful discussion and award ceremony. Once again, a hearty congratulations to all the awardees. I thank all the sponsors, Life Educare, Hello Kids, Schools Consultant, India, Little Fingers, Little Woods, School of India, Fit Features. I thank Global Foundation and Image Planet for giving me this wonderful opportunity to be your host today. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe, be happy. This is MC Mayuri Shah signing off.